Hell nah, bruh. Nah. Hell nah. He didn't do this. People, time to get back to some more Star Wars lore related content. I think it's time I double back on the whole Starkiller guy, you know, to see just how powerful he was, you know, especially in comparison to some of the other guys that I've learned about in the Star Wars lore or legends stuff, you know, Revan and Nihilus, you know. So I'm watching this video, how powerful was Starkiller? Star Wars Explained by the Stupendous Wave. The Stupendous Wave has like a lot of Star Wars content. I don't know if like you guys like really like rock with Stupendous Waves. Y'all can give me other content creators I should check out as well. But how powerful was Starkiller? Star Wars Explained, man. Hope you guys enjoy the video. Smash like button, subscribe to the channel for more Star Wars related content. Let me know down in the comments again who I should react to next. Yeah, without further ado, let's get into
probably one of the most popular EU or Legends continuity characters in all of Star Wars, and for very good reason. He's interesting, motivated, and of course, very powerful. But how powerful is Starkiller exactly? Some fans cite him among the most impressive Force users.
Yeah, now that I think about it, since I've seen the scene of that Force ability, Force Disintegrate. I know it's another name for it, but like, yo, Force Disintegrate sounds so much cooler. Force Disintegrate, where he just screams and bodies just literally just disappear, like Thanos snapped away. I haven't seen anybody else do it. Yo, is he really him? Like, he
all of Star Wars, and others as a rampant, unrefined, failed apprentice. So which is it? Welcome to Star Wars Explained, where in today's topic, we will attempt to answer that very question. Of course, over this video, I will not be able to discuss all of Starkiller's powers and feats, but I will touch—
Wait, what? He won't be able to do that? Why? Will the video be too long? That's crazy. This video is 7 minutes and 30 seconds. No goddamn way it will be too long.
On some of the big ones. I want to point out that I have grouped both Galen Merrick from the first Force Unleashed game and novel and Starkiller from the second Force Unleashed game and novel together, as they are genetically identical and their powers are on par with one another.
Yo, what?
First, we should start from the beginning. The first we encounter Starkiller or Galen was on Kashyyyk, where his father was slain by the hand of Darth Vader. What is fascinating here is before Vader killed Galen's father, he asked him where his master was, as he sensed someone far more powerful than the Jedi nearby. Of course, we know following the death of Galen's father, Vader and the rest of us discovered it was actually Galen Vader was initially sensing. Based off of this, even an untrained or minimally trained Galen was shown to have the connection to the Force of at least the tip.
I was about to say untrained, right? It wouldn't have been trained at all.
Particularly in the light side. Not to say that he was as powerful as them at that moment, just that he held a particularly strong connection to the Force.
Yeah, to the Force.
Following these events is probably the biggest thing that has contributed to Starkiller's powers, his years and years of training under Darth Vader. Starkiller took this time to attempt to harness all of his inherent power and become as capable as he could be, and although Vader was not there—
Yo, some of this art is so tough. Look at this art, yo!
all the time to personally train him, he did have his training droid Proxy and various training programs that helped craft him into an explosive, powerful Force user and master of the lightsaber. During this time, Starkiller was also formed into the type of Force user he would eventually become. Starkiller never trained to feel peace in the Force, or to learn how to manipulate others and climb the ladder of power. He was trained to be a full-on warrior, and thus became so. His most impressive attributes came from his power over the Force. He was actually only 17 at the time of the first game.
17!
And had great control over not only abilities like
oh my god,
Force Push, but also more obscure ones like Force Lightning or even Force Repulse. This is almost—
Force Repulse? What the hell is Force Repulse? That's not the Disintegrate joint, is it?
Most unheard of in Star Wars, and he used these abilities quite frequently. These powers were no doubt achieved by years of experimentation and practice on his behalf. As a lightsaber duelist, Galen was skilled, but also not the greatest in the universe. I fully believe that without the use of the Force, duelists like Vader would probably be able to eventually take him out.
Probably? Wait, he's that close to Vader? I know in that little clip, little short clip, he was actually boxing my guy Vader. You know, he was boxing, but like,
this leads me into my next feat by Galen, that he has not only fought Darth Vader, but defeated him. This is extremely impressive, and to even contend with Vader is something only few have achieved. This being said, there are a few things that contributed to his victory. For one, he was faster than Vader, like, much faster, and this is something Vader can normally stave off, but it definitely had an effect on the overall fight. There is also a key moment in Galen's first fight with Vader that I think gave him a huge advantage. This occurred when Vader was hit with a reactor that was flung at him, and it appeared to damage the Sith quite a bit. Vader also has a pretty significant weakness to Force lightning, especially at the time of the first game and book, but he eventually took greater precautions.
Is a weakness to Force lightning? Not gonna lie to you, I would just assume everybody has a weakness to Force lightning. Bro, you getting shot by lightning, but I'd assume everybody has a weakness to that shit.
Withstanding the ability, in large part due to Starkiller's prowess with it. He eventually took greater precautions for withstanding the ability, in large part due to Starkiller's prowess with it. This is something that definitely showed through in his duel with the Starkiller clone. Starkiller was absolutely stunning in his final duel with Vader, and I don't want to take anything away from him or this fight. I do want to say, however, that I do not believe he would be capable of defeating Vader every single time. As I stated earlier, it is highly commendable, but also very—
Oh, due to his suit. Oh, you right. He ain't got no legs. Yeah, Oh yeah, but everything else too. Okay, yeah, valid.
circumstantial, as are a ton of other lightsaber duels. Despite this, Starkiller is in fact a great duelist and Force user, capable of overpowering and killing even Council-level Jedi with his dueling skills alone, but the Force is where he truly shines bright. Starkiller had huge prowess with physical augmentation, especially when concerning his durability, and although a lot of this can be stalked up to game mechanics and exaggerations, they are still extremely impressive. He survived the crippling lightsaber stab wound and then being exposed
so he
to
actually
the
did
vacuum
survive
of
that.
space. He also survived falling from orbit onto a planet with relative ease.
What?
Suffice to say, he can take huge amounts of absolutely insane and brutal punishment. His skill with object manipulation is—
No. Hell nah, bro. Hell fucking nah. Hell nah. He didn't do this shit. He did not do this shit, gang. This shit, nah, bro. No.
is also admirable, especially notable when he pulled down a Star Destroyer to a planet from orbit.
Oh my god! That is fucking... So it was Starkiller. It was Starkiller who I was thinking, bro. Oh my god. That is fucking wild. Nah, that might be the best feat, right? No, okay, not from everything that I've learned, because like Nihilus was out here consuming planets and stuff like that. But like, bro, what? Dog. Playing that shit was ass.
But it should also be noted—
What you mean? What the hell is this? Oh, cutscene. Bro! Bro! That's insane! Dog! Wait, like during this this is a cutscene, right? You're not playing through this, are you? Is this like a QTE? That is fucking crazy, bro.
Has the starship been destroyed? I repeat, has the starship been destroyed?
Wait, whoever's talking to him to make it seem like that was just like a part of the plan. Like it was like they was like, nah, nigga, take down that goddamn Star Destroyer. Take down that Star Destroyer now. I know you can do it. Take that shit down.
Respond.
Oh, this is a cutscene after the gameplay element. Oh.
Boy.
Relax, General. I'm still here.
Good. Good. We'll see you back at the ship.
That's fucking crazy.
noted when concerning this, it caused him huge strain and the ship was already headed downward. Nonetheless, it is quite impressive. Now we have reached the part of the video I have dreaded, Starkiller's battle with the Emperor. With
Wait,
this,
was
it is
Sidious?
extremely important to know the context. Palpatine has always wanted to rid himself of post-suit Vader, always seeking a new apprentice, and as a result, constantly testing Vader. I would compare it to this. Think if a person was promised a brand new Lamborghini, and for years they've always wanted one, and worked for it.
Weekly Luke used it for. Yeah, I saw something like that on like TikTok. I think that's what I saw on TikTok or maybe a YouTube video a while ago or something like that. Well, I mentioned it in like my first video. I was like, yeah, I heard like some Force users or shit get crazy motherfuckers talking about holding back black holes and shit.
But when the car eventually arrives, it's a brand new Mustang rather than a Lamborghini. Still a fantastic car, but not the one they have always clamored for. I think this pretty much sums up the way Palpatine views Vader as an apprentice. Great, functional, and powerful, but a shadow of what could have been. The Emperor even says this when he first begins to tempt Starkiller with the quote, "Yes."
Wait, did he turned him against?
He was weak.
Ain't no way he manipulated that. Ain't no way he manipulated multiple, bro. He doing it. Palpatine just doing his shit, manipulating the shit.
Broken. Kill him.
Top tier gaslighter.
Your rightful place at my side.
Absolute top tier gaslighter, bro.
Palpatine's fight with Starkiller was a test for the boy to exploit the true extent of his abilities. And after Palpatine had seen enough and determined he could make a suitable apprentice, he ceased his attack and tempted Starkiller with the option to kill him. I believe Palpatine's goal in tempting Starkiller was to show him he was not truly a Jedi, and that the hatred and anger still flowed through him. I also believe he would have disarmed him if he attempted to strike him down in that moment. This is typical manipulative.
Damn, what the fuck? Yo, this art crispy as a bitch. Yeah, that shit go hard.
Palpatine, not only breaking his opponents physically, but crushing their own vision of themselves, and in a way, picking up the pieces and making them what he wants them to be. In the good ending for the first game, after Starkiller refuses the Emperor's offer, Palpatine immediately attacks Ramkota, and Starkiller attempts to absorb the Emperor's lightning. An attack I do want to point out succeeded in killing Galen. A lot of fans constantly mention that Palpatine says Starkiller could have become his equal, and this is in fact absolutely true. But as I have said in the past, just because someone is capable of something doesn't mean they will ultimately achieve it. Anakin Skywalker was capable of becoming the most powerful Force sensitive ever, but this ultimately did not
goated, bro. Nah, bro. It's all right. He became the goat, like you know what I'm saying, later on type shit.
Come to fruition. In closing, I want to say this. Starkiller is very powerful, far more powerful than most characters in Star Wars, and capable of holding his own with the likes of Vader and high-ranking council members such as Mace Windu, but oftentimes fans over-exaggerate.
Hey, whoa, what?
Far more powerful than most characters in Star Wars, and capable of holding his own with the likes of Vader and high-ranking council members such as Mace Windu.
Hold his own? Gang. Is Mace Windu actually like that tough to even be used as like a... Windu's that strong? Like, Nick, nah, bruh, cause like I just saw this nigga pull a star destroyer from orbit and crash that hoe. Against Palpatine? I mean, yeah, he was, but like, I guess if you put it like that, like, I guess I never really thought how strong Palpatine Loki was. Just because, like, I guess with the actions that kind of transpired in front of it. Yeah, he just keeps pulled up and smoked a bunch of Jedi, and then then he turned ugly and turned to a reason and shit. But I guess if like, damn.
But oftentimes fans over-exaggerate his capabilities.
They said hold his own, and they were saying Starkiller like was like potentially like on like that basically like if he were going by tiers. He said what it sounds like to me is like Starkiller's in that same tier with Windu and Vader. Windu's in that fucking tier with Vader. Like that is crazy.
Place him higher on the totem pole than he should be. The reason I love Starkiller so much is not because of how powerful he is, but who he is. Starkiller was someone who was placed so deep in the guise of the dark side, but was able to pull himself.
Windu was one of the 4 best duelists in the entire order at the time. He was also a very rare Force ability called Shatterpoint, as well as creating his own lightsaber form. What the fuck is Shatterpoint? and the 4 best duelists in the entire order. Talking about like the council members and shit. The Jedi Order. So let me see the 4. Let me see 4. What? Let me just Luke, Windu, Yoda, and who the fuck is the 4th? What, Obi-Wan? Probably not. Probably not. Right? Who else? What does Shatterpoint do? Now I feel like I gotta watch a video on Windu. Hey yo, Sammy J. I gotta see what's up.
Out. He never chose to become a dark.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, yeah, Windu would have popped Palpatine. He would have. If he should. He would have.
Side user. That's just what happened. But he was able to change and learn from his mistakes. The real personality of Galen Merrick shone through, and he pulled himself out of the dirt and into the light. Even though the Dark Apprentice of Vader did some unspeakable things, it was never who he truly was, and I believe Galen Merrick is actually one of the most inherently good Star Wars characters we've ever received. Not only are his abilities notable and hold great magnitude, but his resolve does as well.
Shatterpoint allows the viewers to see weaknesses in the universe, including objects in enemies' defenses. It's a fucking insane sense ability. Whoa.
Far more impressive than defeating Vader or pulling down a Star Destroyer, Galen accomplished what many Star Wars characters cannot, breaking free of the dark side and its addictive and destructive hold. And
that shit don't sound as cool, though, okay? That shit don't sound as cool, bro.
Far more impressive than defeating Vader or pulling down a Star Destroyer, Galen accomplished what many Star Wars characters cannot, breaking free of the dark side and its addictive and destructive hold.
That shit don't sound as cool, man.
And that is why I remember and love Starkiller and Galen Merrick. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you enjoyed it and want to see more, please leave a like and subscribe.
Dang, WV, I have to watch it.
Also, tell me down below how powerful you think Starkiller or Galen Merrick is. May the Force be with you, and have a great day.
Dang, W video, dog. That dude is insane.